Law 2. Never put too much trust in friends. Learn how to use enemies. Be wary of friends. They will betray you more quickly, for they are easy aroused to envy. They also become spoiled and tyrannical, but hire a former enemy, and he will become more loyal than a friend, because he has more to prove. In fact, you have more to fear from friends than from enemies. If you have no enemies, find a way to make them. Why have I told you you don't know your friends as well as you think you do? The truth is that there's hidden unpleasant qualities you probably don't know about. Friends often agree on things to avoid arguments and laugh extra hard at each other's jokes. Since brutal honesty rarely strengthens friendship, you may not know how a friend truly feels. Nobody believes that their friend will betray them, that's including me and you. The thing about betrayal is that it never comes from your enemies. It comes from your friends and the people closest to you. Therefore, friendship and love can blind you. Now I want to read out this quote that relates to this. Men are more way to repay an injury than a benefit, because gratitude is a burden, and revenge is a pleasure. Now let's talk about working with friends. I will talk about using enemies later on in this video, but all working situations require some distance between people. The problem with working with friends is that it confuses boundaries and distances that working requires. There are rare occasions when it can work, but I'll talk about that later in the reversal. For the most part, hiring or using friends usually ends up limiting your power. This is because friends are usually not the ones that can help you the most. Skill and competence are far more important than friendly feelings, which is why it's better to use an enemy or someone that's not close to you. Keep your friends strictly for friendship and work with the skilled and competent. Now, on the other hand, your enemies are an untapped gold mine that you can exploit. Learn how to use your enemies. You work with your enemies, it will not be contaminated by personal feelings. It will be based on mutual self-interest. Bury the hatchet with an enemy and you can put him to your service. Now you don't know what bury the hatchet means, it just means put an end to the conflicts between the two of you. Then you can work together. This can work if you and your enemy have a common goal or a common enemy, so you can transform your enemies into allies. Along with that, you can also use enemies as enemies. Now you're probably thinking, what the heck is that supposed to mean? Well, you can use your enemies to define your cause more clearly to the public. A sharply defined enemy is a stronger argument for your side than the words you put together. You can frame it as a struggle of good against evil. Enemies are not always a bad thing. The man in power welcomes conflict and uses enemies to enhance his reputation. Now I want to read this part out of the book, which is also pretty interesting and intriguing. Authority. Know how to use your enemies for your own profit. You must learn to grab a sword not by its blade, which would cut you, but by the handle, which allows you to defend yourself. The wise man profits more from his enemies than a fool from his friends. Reversal. Let's talk about the reversal. There are exceptions. Now, it's best not to mix work with friendship. However, sometimes it's better to use a friend instead of an enemy. This can only work if you and your friend understand the dangers involved. Both of you are aware of what could happen between the two of you. If so, then your friend can be employed to greater effect. But do not let your guard down. Be on the lookout for emotional disturbances. Nothing is stable in the realm of power. Even the closest friends can be transformed into the worst of enemies. Now, to sum all this up, you can't fully trust your friends. Most people are unaware of the dangers you have with friends. Also, be aware that you can use your enemies to your advantage. It's a tool you can add to your arsenal. Use it at the right time and use it wisely. Leave a like and subscribe if this video provides value to you. Link in the description, you want to check out the book. Thanks for watching. Fulfill your purpose. I wish you the best on your journey. Farewell.